Welcome back to Moon Talks with Dad. Let's get straight into it. You're working harder than ever, drowning in notes, yet your to-do list never shrinks. You end the day exhausted, accomplishing nothing. That exhaustion comes from a common trap, treating every single task that crosses your desk as if it holds the exact same weight. This visualization shows the Pareto Principle, commonly known as the 80-20 rule. It reveals a stark reality of economics and human effort. A tiny fraction of your inputs generates the vast majority of your outputs. To fix your imbalance today, grab a notebook or open a blank document. We're going to build your personal 80-20 lifestyle plan step by step, right now. By the end of this exercise, you will see that reaching your goals requires subtraction. You succeed by cutting away the noise and directing 200% of your effort onto the few things that actually matter. Step 1. Write down everything you do at work. List every report, meeting, recurring email, and standard chore you are responsible for in a week. Now look at that list. We need to find your top performers. These are the specific, high-leverage tasks that directly move the needle on your main projects or actively generate revenue for your business. In almost any field, 80% of a project's value is derived from roughly 20% of the effort. When the other 8 items are struck through, the value that remains usually comes from strategic decisions, deep problem-solving, or core design work. The rest of that list is likely what we call work about work: endless coordination threads, daily status meetings, and clearing out your inbox. These keep the lights on, but they produce zero real growth. Go back to your page and circle the items that actually drive your results. Those circled items are your personal 20%. Identifying your most valuable work is only half the equation. Knowing exactly what to ignore, delegate, or do poorly on purpose is what actually gives you the time to excel. Now that we have your key tasks, we need to talk about when you do them. We are looking for your achievement islands, the specific windows during the day when you are at your absolute peak of focus. Think back over the past working week. Pinpoint the exact hours when your energy naturally peaks and your mind feels the sharpest. Write those times down next to your circled tasks. Your job is to lock those top performers into those specific windows. Guard this time fiercely and push all the trivial low-energy tasks to the very end of the day. As for the other 80% of your responsibilities, the emails, the admin, the quick questions, you have to batch them into small contained blocks or delegate them entirely to protect your deep work windows. You will probably feel a twinge of guilt for not being instantly available to your team. Let that guilt go. Focused output provides significantly higher value to your organization than constant availability. When you align your hardest problems with your highest energy, you produce more meaningful results in 2 focused hours than a distracted person manages in 8. To execute those 2 hours effectively, use the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer. Work with absolute, unbroken focus on a single 20% task for 25 minutes, then take a strict 5-minute break. Do not expect to do this all day. Research shows the human brain tops out at about 5 to 7 of these pure deep work cycles before cognitive fatigue sets in and productivity collapses. When a colleague inevitably interrupts you during a focus cycle, use a 4-step protocol. Inform them you're in the middle of a vital task, negotiate a boundary by saying you'll be free in 15 minutes, schedule their new request on your pad, and call them back the exact second your timer rings. Those 5-minute breaks dictate how long you can sustain your overall focus. You have to perform a true brain reset. That means no social media, no reading the news, and 0 new digital stimulation. Instead, stand up, close your eyes, take a deep box breath, and then drink a glass of water. Lower your cognitive load completely, so your mind is physically ready for the next round. Sustainable deep work requires a defensive system that shields your cognitive resources from noise. Willpower alone is simply insufficient for this. Now draw a line under your work tasks and apply this audit to your personal life. Write down your hobbies, your regular social engagements, and your household chores. Scan that list for your happiness islands. These are the 20% of activities and specific people that consistently deliver 80% of your joy and fulfillment. This matrix separates operational chores from life-enhancing passions. For the bottom left quadrant, apply the 20% efficiency approach, completing tasks quickly to reclaim hours. For the top right quadrant, take the 200% approach. Devote unlimited energy to people defining your happiness. The 80-20 rule is ultimately a life philosophy of focus. You ruthlessly subtract draining obligations so you can multiply time in the moments that matter. Look down at the paper in front of you. You now have a completed 80-20 lifestyle plan. It is a clear roadmap showing your highest impact work, your protected time blocks, and your prioritized joy. True excellence comes from being highly selective. You achieve mastery by focusing intensely on a few key areas, rather than accepting average performance across 100 trivial tasks. When you prioritize the vital few over the trivial many, you stop merely surviving your schedule and start actually directing your life. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.